Well, here I am. Where are you guys? I expected somebody to be waiting, but nobody's in here yet. Anyway, this is going to be fishing trivia night. I hope someone comes in to answer all my questions. I have a lot of questions, and there's a grand prize at the end. So I'm just waiting now for to get some people in, and we can start the show. So right now, again, I'm just starting to figure out how this live chat stuff works. So I am just fooling around with a few things. I guess this would be there's something different. Anyway, and I still haven't figured out how to see if anybody is actually on the chat. Right. So if you've tuned in and you can see me and hear me, go over to the right side of your screen and let me know you're there. Oh, there's Danny the Stinger Manny. Hey, buddy, welcome in. You're the first one in. I hope we have a few more people to answer these fishing trivia questions. Because if it's just you and me, it's going to be a long night. What are you up to today? Anything special? Let's see. Was about to hit the bed. Jeez, I thought I was bad. I go to bed at 8 o'clock every night. You must have some kind of different hours. Nothing special. Working 7 days a week. Oh man, tell you what, keep doing that because eventually you'll retire and you'll find out that retirement is fantastic, but you got to stay busy. Let's see. A bright here. It's 12. Where are you at? I forget. You may have told me before, but I forget. Where are you? You must be on the other side of the earth. 12:30 at night. I guess you're ahead of me. Where are you at, Danny? It must be in. Here it comes. I don't need to work, but I still do. Well, good for you. I'm glad you found something that you really like that you can pad your bank account with, basically. Netherlands, okay. Never been there. I've been a few other places, but never been to Netherlands. What kind of work do you do? We're going to get to these questions in a few minutes. I'm waiting to see if some other people come in. I retired in 2020. Yeah, almost 5 years. I had enough fun. I don't know. Well, if you're, what kind of work do you do? That's what I was asking. Construction and building, and I do bouncer work and private security. Woo, that's a nice mix. I did construction for quite a few years. Never did bouncer work. I'm not big enough to intimidate anybody. Let's put it that way. But anyway, how would you like to begin with a few fishing questions? I don't know how what you fish for over there, or if you're really into that kind of stuff. But what kind of fishing do you do? I don't know what kind of fish are in the Netherlands. 6 foot and weight. If I was that big, I'd probably kill somebody. So at this point, I just keep my distance and avoid any confrontations. I always wonder what it would be like to be a little bit intimidating. Anyway, do everything. Okay, good. Fish for everything. You're the only one in here, but I'm not afraid to start this. I have a whole bunch of fishing trivia questions ready to go. I hope hopefully we'll get some more people in here. This is only my second live broadcast, so I don't expect too many folks to get in. But let's see. But I like carp and Wells catfish. I think you mentioned that before. I was looking into them. I might even have. I got a lot of catfish questions, and here's one for you. The Mekong giant catfish, known for. Whoops! Wait a minute. I just gave away the answer. What is the largest species of catfish? So if you were listening close, I just gave you the answer. Anyway, I'll answer it for you. The Mekong giant catfish, known for reaching lengths of up to 3 meters. Now, over here in the U.S., we don't do the metric system yet, so that's actually about 9.8 feet in our world, and weights of up to 300 kilograms. And again, I would have no idea how much that is, but Google told me it's about 660 pounds. How big do the that's the Mekong. How big do the Wells catfish get? Well, I'll fuck you up for having that one correct, even though I gave you the answer. 7 to 8 feet. Whoa. And have you experienced anything close to that on the end of your line? 300 to 400 pounds. You must have some heavy duty gear to get them in. What's the biggest one you caught? 7 feet, 160 pounds. I can't even fathom how that would be. That must be what I would call deep sea tackle. A big reel and a pole that's made from steel. I don't know. Anthony Serrano, thank you. Welcome aboard. We're just starting to talk about fishing trivia questions. I'm kind of holding back a little bit to see if some more people come in, and now I got a total of 2, so way to go. We were just discussing Mekong giant catfish. You almost forgot. Shame on you. Nope, you need to play with it, fishing. Cost me 3 hours. Who's fishing for Wells and not invited? Jersey. Hey, Jersey. Welcome in, pal. Welcome in. How are you tonight? All right. Now that I got 3 people here, I'm going to start these trivia questions. Everybody ready? Now, I will let you Google for the answer if you want, but the first one to get the answer, is the winner of that. At the very end of this, if you saw my intro video last couple of days, at the very end, there'll be a bonus question, and there's going to be a special prize, which we'll get into later. Anyway, let's see. Dan the man. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Now, there's a lot of catfish questions here. So, Jersey, you're probably going to like this. But I'm going to start out with, I'm going to ask you guys, who is considered to be the father of fishing? Go ahead, Google it. See, somebody can come up with that one first. The father of fishing. Ain't Jerry Wade? Jeremy Wade? No. He's not the father of fishing. He's the fishing for river monsters guy. Which I have a question about that down the list here. You should have saved that little tidbit of information. Kurt Gowdy. Yeah, didn't he something to do with sports? Ain't Kurt Gowdy. Come on, the father of fishing, you guys. Come on. If you all give up, I'll give you the answer and we'll move on. And when I give you the answer, you're going to go, oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay, the answer to who's considered the father of fishing, you're stumped, is Isaac Walton. Ring a bell now, right? Isaac Walton. Now, on that same note, what is the title of the book that he's known for? Thaddeus Gordon. Don't even know who that is. Talk about being stupid. I don't know who that is. It's probably somebody. Anyway, what's the name of the book that Isaac Walton is known for? It should be in your library. Okay. All right, I'll give you that answer too. And we'll get to some catfish questions. Thaddeus Gordon. Anyway, the book that Isaac, Catfishing 101. We'll get there, Jersey. Relax. Len, sorry, but I really need to get some sleep in a few hours. Hey, Danny, go for it. If you got to get some sleep, you got to get some sleep. Thanks for coming. Thanks for popping in and hanging with us for a few minutes. Have a good night's sleep. Anyway, you came unprepared. Anthony, you can Google the questions if you want. I'll wait for a couple seconds for you guys to Google. Okay, let's see. The book that he wrote is called The Complete Angler. You ought to get on eBay and buy a copy of it. Anyway, The Complete Angler. All right, let me cross them two off. All right, here's one more, not catfish related, but I think some of you might notice. Who is credited with designing the first bass boat? Now, this is a little bit tricky. It may not be who the first one comes to your mind, because I did Google this. Who is credited with designing the first bass boat? What's that Jeopardy tune? Come on, the first bass. Don't you guys? Oh, see, now there you go. Now, Jimmy Houston, yuck, yuck, yuck. Ray Scott is actually the guy that kind of started the tournaments and stuff. Jimmy Houston is a nutcase. All right, so just so we can move on, I'll give you the answers to this one. A guy named Holmes Thurman is credited with designing and launching the first bass boat in 1948. I was born in 1948. And the boat was actually the Skeeter brand. I'm sure you guys have heard of that. Forrest Wood, however, is known for designing the modern bass boat, and that's, of course, Ranger bass boats. All right, let me cross that off. All right, everybody's got 0 so far. All right, catfish questions. You ready, Jersey? How many people we got in here? I know there's 3. Is there any more? Because I can't find it on my screen. How many people are in here? How many people we got? 3. Okay, good. Okay, catfish questions. Name the most common type of catfish found in many freshwater environments. You ought to jump on this one, Jersey. Bingo, you got it. Okay, Jersey got this one. Everybody else relax. Anthony, you got it, but you were 2 seconds too late. But good job on that one. All right, next, here we go. What are the sensory organs on a catfish that resemble whiskers, and what do they help the fish with? What are they called? I think we talked about this last week. What are the sensory organs on a catfish called? Smell, no. Barbels. Jersey, you're on top of this, man. Okay, Jersey got that one. Barbels, not barbells, but barbels. Barbells are these other things. Okay, let's see if here we go. What is, now get your Google thing ready. What is the current world record for flathead catfish? The current world record. IGFA. Come on, I know you're Googling it. Current world record for flathead catfish. Like, let's see. Well, you know what? I got something different. I Googled this and I got something different. So your 130 pounds, Anthony, is probably just a pretty close guess. But it's not what Google says. It's the IGFA record. It's a little less than that, actually. I'm not Google. You don't have Google over there? 123 pounds. And I wonder who got that one. Jersey got that one. That's correct. It was caught by Ken Pauley on May 19th, 1998, from Elk City Reservoir in Kansas. Okay, we did that one. Here we go. What type of catfish can walk on land using their fins and tail? I can Google, but I can't. But okay. Well, I don't, hey, that's okay. You can use another search engine. It don't matter to me what you use. I just said Google because that's the most common thing. A lungfish. It passes on that. What type of catfish can walk on land using their fins and tail? The answer is an Asian walking catfish. There you go. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Ready for the next one? What type of catfish is known for being almost completely see-through? What type of catfish is known for being almost completely? There you go. Boy, Jersey, you must have a catfish trivia book open. That is correct. All right, we'll get back to some catfish questions in a few minutes. Let's see what else I can stump you guys with. Oh, there we go. We were just a little while ago. We mentioned the Mekong giant catfish, right? So, what country is that in? What country is the home to the world's largest freshwater fish, the Mekong giant catfish? China? Nope, not China. It's a smaller country, but you're in the right area. Africa, no. Mekong. Mekong. Does the Mekong Delta help you any if I said Mekong Delta? Africa, China, Seoul, Korea, no. No. Give up. Taiwan, you're getting closer. Or at least you're in that area. Mekong Delta was in Vietnam, but the answer I'm looking for is one of the countries right next to Vietnam. Laos. No, not Laos. Nope, not Laos. But close, right next to it. Starts with a C. Spell check. Don't worry about. Oh yeah. Well, I can usually figure out what somebody's trying to say. Let's see. Cambodia. Anthony, you got that one. All right. Okay, here we go. Here's something we talked about a little while ago. Who is the host of the popular TV show River Monsters? Come on, jump on that. Jeremy Wade. There you go. Jersey, you gotta let these other guys have a shot at this. You got it, Anthony, but a couple of seconds late. All right, here you go. Back to your school days. Who wrote the famous novel, The Old Man and the Sea? The Old Man and the Sea. I learned this in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade. There you go, Jersey. Ernest Hemingway. Now, Jersey, if you get this next question, if anybody gets it, I'll be surprised. What are the two types of circle hooks? We all use circle hooks, but they come in two different types. Uh-oh, I may have stumped them. I may have stumped you, huh, Jersey? What are the two types of circle hooks? Nope. Not long shank and short shank. Hybrid and regular. I've never heard of them called that, and I don't think that's what we're looking for. I'll give you a hint. I think the state of Maryland prohibits the use of one of the types when you're fishing for stripers at a certain time of the year. I'm not sure about the time, but I think they prohibit using one of the two types. Now I'm getting into your heads now. What are the two types of circle hooks? Offset and regular. I'm going to give you that one. It's offset and non-offset. So non-offset, if you look at the hook, it's straight on. And an offset, it's kind of got a little curve to the hook part of it itself. And the offset hooks have a tendency to hook a fish deeper in the throat, but they don't come up and hook them like a regular one does. Anyway, Ed, welcome aboard, buddy. Glad you could make it. Barbed and barbless. Well, that's a good one too, but nope. Ed, if you just jumped in, it's offset and non-offset. I usually bend and offset even more so. Well, how come you would use an offset versus a non-offset? How come you would use an offset? Ed, how you doing down there in South Carolina tonight? Let's see, it turns when the fish gets hooked. The non-offset one, when you pull on the rod, it comes up and then it hooks the fish right in the corner. Good to see you, and buddy, I heard Wayne's. Yeah, I was talking to Wayne just a couple of days ago. He's walking the trail quite frequently. Hadn't seen him for a while, but I finally bumped into him. We had a little chat. And of course, we talked about you a little bit and stuff like that. Well, I'm glad you could take time to jump in here. I'm going to be on until probably about 7:30. We're doing fishing trivia. Let's see. Let's go. I find it hooks a bigger fish easier. Okay, Jersey, I guess that could be too. I'm not too sure. I've never used a non-offset. And I mean, I've never used an offset. I get mixed up myself. Okay, let's get off of that one. Now, again, at the end of this, whenever that comes up, the first person that comes up with the answer is going to win a prize, and the prize is going to be a copy of my Fishing Fever book. It's got 69 pages of really interesting little stories. It's a great book to put in your bathroom and get into when you're doing your thing. But if you win it, I will put it in a priority mail envelope, and I'll shoot it off to you. And all you got to do is go onto my YouTube channel. You hit on the links, and the link will bring you to one of my email addresses. And on there, you can send me your address, and that way only you and I know about it. Okay. Okay, next question. Let's get another question here. We did a lot of catfish stuff. Okay, here you go. Going to get into a little bit of science here. Are catfish carnivores, herbivores, or omnivores? Carnivores, herbivores, or omnivores? You got it. You got it, Anthony. Good job. What's that? What that is, Jersey. All right. Omnivores, good one. Now, here's a good one. Catfish are found mainly in fresh water and are on every continent except where? There's only one continent that doesn't have catfish. Yeah, nice job, Anthony. You beat Jersey to it. Antarctica. There it is. That's 2 for you. You got it. I'm running out of questions. You guys are banging it right out. Here's one I never heard of before. Channel cats have taste buds spread all over their entire body, with most around their gills and whiskers. What is a nickname that they are referred to? I never heard this nickname, but Google says it is. You are doing it. What are you? Well, you're doing pretty good as long as you don't hit anything, Jersey. You're doing pretty good for trying to pay attention to traffic or whatever. Do you hear that last question? Channel cats have taste buds spread all over their entire body, most around their gills and whiskers. What is the nickname that they are referred to? And again, I never heard it myself. Never heard it myself, but I looked it up, and Google says that they are referred to as the swimming tongue. We have taste buds all over our tongue. They got taste buds all over their body. So they're the swimming tongue. All right. Oh, gee, I'm crossing these off a little too fast. I should have got more questions. Never heard of me either, but I was looking on the internet for fishing trivia questions, and that was one of them. Here's one for flatheads. Me neither. No. Flatheads. Okay, when do flatheads reach maturity? And basically, how old is a flathead when it reaches maturity? I was kind of surprised at this myself. 3 years is close, Jersey, but no. Anthony, that's a little bit too old. Uh-oh, pill time. 5. Well, that's right in there. Again, Jersey, you hit it, but it's they average between 4 and 6 years, so 5 is right on the money. You got it. I thought this would take longer. All right. Another channel catfish question. I was out today. I got a 7.4 pound channel cat. I know Bob was out. Any fin is possible. I think he said he got 5. He was downriver from where I was. I don't think Steve got one this morning. I know he's out there now trying to improve on that. But Bob got 5. I got 1 nice one. Tomorrow I'm going to put a video up of kind of a review of the week. There was a couple interesting things on there. Check it out when you see it pop up. Best of the catfish. And do you know how old lake trout are when they reach spawning age? Let me think about this. I don't know, but let me just see if I can kind of figure that one out. A lake trout, probably spawning age. You know what? I'll say 2 years. How close am I? I'm either way off or right on. Oh. 20? Are you kidding me? I never read that before. 20 years? I don't even know. I didn't think they lived that long. 20. I don't know of any fish. A lake trout, 20 years old. That's got to be a hell of a big lake trout. I'll say. Where'd you come up with that information, Anthony? You got the same type of lake trout that we have? Look till 60. I'll be Googling that. 40-inch fish is almost. Also, they don't grow very fast. I think the biggest lake trout I got ice fishing a few years ago was close to 30 inches. I'm going to be thinking about that all night. You guys ready for another question? At what water temperature do channel catfish spawn? And again, they give you an average, so any wild guess will probably hit it. 75, of course, yeah. This says between 70 and 85. That's a pretty good range, and I knew you'd hit it right away. How about flatheads? You know how the water temperature is when they spawn? This I know. It's not a question here, but since we're doing this, I might as well throw that in the mix. If I recall from all the books I've read, Jersey 78. I've always read it was 80 degrees, but again, I'm sure there's that little bit of, one way or the other. And right now, the water today in the river where we're fishing was 50 degrees. Yesterday, after the rain, was 55. So it dropped a little bit, but the flatheads are supposed to be waking up when the water hits 50. So we're on the verge of seeing the first flathead from either Anyfin or Steve or myself or something. Usually late June, and they spawn here. Are you talking about flatheads, Jersey? That's the way I look at it. Middle of June or so, and you kind of get a period where they aren't biting too well, and then they get through that, and then they go and catch on fire. Yeah, that's where I got my first flathead too. Amazing. What an amazing fish. You get a good big one, and they are like a freight train. They are fun, man. Saturday you got 4, huh? And you're fishing in what river? Got. Hit 4 flat. Hit, got, same thing. What river are you in there? Oh, you were on the Schuylkill too, huh? Where's your secret spot? Just no, you don't got to tell me. Probably, you're probably down near Philly. See, and we probably talked about this before too, and I don't remember all this stuff. Caught a 45-inch flathead on a crankbait fishing walleyes. Yep, you never know. I've seen them caught on spinner baits and crankbaits and rubber worms. But when you're fishing for walleyes and you get a 45-inch flathead, you're wondering what the heck's going on. Just down from you about 10 miles. Yeah, okay, I know about where you're at then. I'll message you the pic. Yeah, 45-inch flathead. On my phone, I got, let me look at this a second. From In-Fisherman, and they published a list of flathead measurements and the approximate weight that fish would be. And I have found it to be very, very close when I catch one. But the list here says, now you got 45 inches. In-Fisherman estimates that fish to be 47, 48 pounds. Did you weigh it by any chance? Temp is 52. What kind of bait did you use to get that one? So my questions are, did you weigh it, and what kind of bait did you use? Cut sucker, so cut bait. Took a picture and released. Okay, anyway, like I said, the flatheads that I have caught, I refer back to the In-Fisherman list, and it's very, very close. Now, obviously, you could get a real thin one or a real fat one, but it's pretty close. So I would estimate that fish that you got it to be, close to 45, 47, 48 pounds. That's a hog, man. Do I got any more questions left here? Let's see, we did this one. I got the bonus question left. Yeah, we ran through everything a lot quicker than I thought we would. Yeah, no kidding, Anthony. That would have been a world record walleye. That would have got a lot of attention from a lot of people. And you got that. You said you got that on a crankbait. Yeah. What time of year was that? Was that spring? Spring? Spring. The spring, or I guess the fall run or the spring run. Hoping it was a walleye. Got one on a live bluegill jersey. Yeah, I put a couple of them on today. Had them out there in the river for a couple of hours. Didn't get any action from them. I did get a channel cat on some chicken though. Catfish suspend. Yeah, they suspend, or they're always looking up. They can come up for a lure if they want it. Most feed, kind of rule of thumb, most feed fish up. So they're always looking up if they're on the bottom. It's in the fall, yeah. A nice fat walleyes in the fall. Flats were all caught at night. I know that's probably the best time to fish for flatheads. I've caught them in the middle of the day in the sunshine. So whenever you can get a line out there for them is when you do it. Butterflies, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. I just got through all the questions. Oh, I didn't even know you were in there. No, there's no way that I can tell anybody's in here unless they pop up in the chat. I don't see any place on my screen where I can tell how many people are sandbagging or whatever. But anyway, how long have you been in? Have you been just sitting there? Cleaned up. Yeah, it is good to see. It's good to see all you guys come in. I'm actually, I think last week we were discussing the way Anyfin is Possible, Bob and Steve do their live fishing every day, and I mentioned that I didn't want to kind of butt in on their thing, but I talked to Bob yesterday, and he said no, that wouldn't be a problem. He says if he's on and Steve's on and I'm on in another spot, that'd be okay. So I might be doing that. I might do it tomorrow. I can't promise it, but I am going out in the morning. So if you see something pop up that says I'm live, come on in. And I can't promise you they'll do it because I don't know if I'm going to be able to work it out on my phone, but I think I can. Anthony, I haven't breathed. I'm way too one-dimensional. I really should broaden my horizons. The butterflies, is Ed around, or is he out there fishing already? I know he's about ready to put the boat in. Hey, the Phillies are playing. Phillies are playing now. Yeah, and I will. I always do. I don't think it's supposed to rain until later on in the day. I'm going to go out in the morning, and I'm going to go down the path a little bit where Bob has been hitting them. I'm going to take his spot. I told him I was going to take his spot tomorrow. That's okay, Anthony. We won't hold that against you. This is kind of a catfish crowd, though. But anybody is welcome. Ed, are you planning your initial boat trip out pretty soon? And could somebody tell me how many people we have in here? Because again, I cannot find any place on here where it would tell me. Yeah, you found that out. That's okay, Anthony. Yeah, I gave trout fishing up a long time ago. 2 weeks, okay. I think that's about right. I was thinking today about another week or two is going to be the flathead should really be turning on. But right now we're at that spot where they're just kind of waking up, and I don't know. And I took. I said earlier, I took the water temperature yesterday. It was 55. Took it this morning. It was 50. So 5 degrees down. That could have easily shut them down for a little while. I'm seeing 6. Thanks, butterflies. Appreciate that. I was fishing in a boat almost all year. Lake Michigan almost never freezes. Lake Michigan. Get some ice on it, but I know the whole thing doesn't freeze. It's too big. Too big and too windy up there. Ed, wake up. Well, there's 2 Eds on here, I think. Ed from down in South Carolina and Ed from Schuylkill River Rats. Z. Yeah, I was drowned in sunfish today, Ed, and a little bit of chicken breast, and I ended up with a nice channel catfish. And I mentioned a little while ago, I'm putting a video out of, it's kind of a wrap of the the last week, all the stuff that's happened. I'll be putting that video out tomorrow morning, to keep an eye out for that. It's just a quick review of the week. I tried to make the video interesting with some special effects. Lake Ontario is pretty darn big too. Power plant shootout, yeah. Yeah, hit the whatever that is button. And how would you go about getting a hoodie or skull cap from you? I never fished Lake Ontario itself, but I fished in the Salmon River and the Black River during the fall salmon runs for steelhead and king salmon and browns and things like that. I'm going to get to this last bonus question in just a minute. And again, for the couple people that just joined, if you get the bonus question, the first one to get the bonus question is going to win a copy of my Fishing Fever book. I'll mail it to you in a priority mail envelope. And all you got to do, get the question right on my YouTube channel. Look at the couple of links I have there. One's for my email. And email me your name and address. And then only you and I will know it. You don't have to tell the whole world. And I'll get that mailed out to you. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, the Great Lakes could be like oceans if you hit the bad weather. What's that ship that sank back in 75? Can't think of it. Got the song and everything to it. The Good Ship Lollipop. No, that ain't it. Yeah, I'd like to know more about those tournaments, but I really don't think I can get out there and get competitive with that. Edmund Fitzgerald, that's right. It's a great song. I love it. I listen to it a lot. There's a bunch of guys that just made a couple mistakes. Anyway, all right, bonus question time, because it's almost time to wrap this up. And again, whoever gets this right first, and I think I know who's going to get it, because it's not that hard. Bonus question. What is the current PA record? What is the current Pennsylvania record for flathead catfish? And what year was it caught? Two-part question. Don't slack, Jersey. Come on, Anthony, come up with it. Current PA record for flathead catfish, and what year? Feeding the dog. See you, Dirty. Thanks for being in here. See you next time. Wisconsin. Ed or butterflies? I thought you guys would jump on this one. Maybe you just don't want my book. The Phillies are playing. I'm going to go watch the Phillies game pretty soon. Maybe they didn't hear me. What's the current Pennsylvania record for flathead catfish, and what year was it caught? And where was it caught? You don't have to tell me that, but nobody wants to play. I'll mail the book to myself. Somebody must be Googling it. I didn't think it would be that hard of a question. I really didn't. Oh. Come on, current Pennsylvania state record flathead catfish. Nobody, huh? Okay. You don't know what you're missing. I'm missing a good hot cup of coffee. That's what I'm missing. Where's Al Finbaugh? I don't know. He said he was going to try to pop in here, but I guess he might be tired. 66.6, not as far as I know, Jersey. £56 is close enough. It's 56 pound 3 ounces. Ed, do you know what year it was caught in? What year? Caught in the Schuylkill River, down near Philly, someplace. Well, it looks like Ed's going to get the book. Whether or not you can come up with the correct year or not, because I got to get rid of the book. It's a good book. It's full of short stories. So if you only have a couple minutes to read one, you read one and go on. But it covers a lot of good stuff. Some of it's actually interesting. 2006. Now, that was the old record. According to what I read on the Pennsylvania website, it was 2020, caught in the Schuylkill River by Jonathan Pierce. 66.6. Nah. Jersey, I have to go with what I looked up yesterday on the PA Fish website. And they say 56 pound 3 ounces, 2020. And anyway, Ed, all you got to do is, like I said, go on my YouTube channel, go into the links. It'll show you my email there. Email me your, I got your name, but you can email me your name and address, and I'll shoot this book out to you in a priority mail envelope, and you'll get it in a couple of days. Now you need 2. Why do I need 2? You got that, butterflies. They both might be right. Anyway, well, let's put this to rest. Let me go look and see what it is. I know all I got to do now is find the fishing website, fishing boat. Hang on. Susquehanna. Yeah, I know. I'd love to fish the Susquehanna for him. Let's see more. Search. More. Home. And you guys can do this too. I don't have the dexterity to work this. Then save the postage. I'll pick it up tomorrow while you are fishing. Yeah, but how are you going to find me? Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll wrap it up and I'll put it in my car. And when I see you, you'll get it. How's that? If I see you tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be right there where I usually do. I was thinking of going down the trail a little bit, down where the big rocks are. You probably know that area. The whole shoreline is just these bunch of big rocks. That's where I'll probably be. And like I said, I might just try to put my phone on and go live. I don't know if I can. I never did it before on my phone, so I might give it a shot and see what happens. But I'll be around. So as we get to the closing here, I appreciate everybody coming in, of course. It's always good to see you and chat with you a little bit. Next week, Wednesday at 6:30. I don't know what the theme will be, but I'll think of something, and hopefully it'll keep you interested, and we'll have a little fun again. So with that, I'm going to go watch the Phillies game. Must be in like probably the third inning or so. Anybody know if they're winning yet? Anybody watching? Are you going to use a phone going? Well, yeah, Anthony, I'm going to use my phone. I've been watching Bob and Steve do it, and I think I got that part figured out. Got my phone. Got a battery charger. I got a tripod. So I'm all set. Autograph the book for you. It's going to cost you if I do that. Yeah, that won't be a problem. I'll do it. Now, and by the way, just a note on this book. I'm kind of a writer. I enjoy writing. However, you will find some spelling errors, punctuation errors, and things like that. Don't crucify me for it. Just enjoy it. It's not going to take anything away from the content. So, yeah, I'll autograph it for you. Yeah, that way it'll be worth more in 30 years when you want to sell it. Okay, you guys, I'm going to bid you good night. Hope to see you next week. I will put out a video a few days prior announcing what it's going to be, what we're going to do. And unless somebody can come up with a great idea right now, I'll figure out something myself. Anthony, take care. Butterflies, take care. Ed, take care. Let's see who else is on here. Jersey, take care. And Ed from South Carolina, if you're still hanging out, take care. Take care. See you later, folks. Bye. Let's see. I hit the end stream. That's fun. Good night, John boy.